Well, now that we've all finished reading this book, what did you think of it? Great. That's good, because I want you to all write your impressions of it. And give them orally in class on Monday. It doesn't have to be long. No more than 2 minutes. And you have the whole weekend ahead to prepare for it. I don't want you to read it, but you can jot down some notes on cards if you like, to help you remember points. Now, are there any questions? Yes, Jim?
Do you mean you want us to do a précis?
No, just a simple statement of your own thoughts about the book.
Stand up in front of the whole class. Oh, no, anything but that. I hate getting up in front of people.
Class dismissed.
No, it's just... Oh, never mind. Let's go. Not that way. You're coming to my house, aren't you?
Boy, that Mrs. Gibson is really something.
Yeah, every Friday she gives us a lot of homework.
And every Friday, dopey Jim Harvey gets up and asks some kind of dopey question.
Do you want us to do a précis, Mrs. Gibson, ma'am?
Just the same, Gene always gets better marks in English than he does. Don't you, Gene?
Hey, Gene, what's wrong? I can't do it. I just can't.
Do what?
The book thing Mrs. Gibson gave us to do. I have to think of a way to get out of it. How are you going to do that? The whole class has to do it. Not me. I'll stay home from school on Monday. I can pretend I'm sick or something.
What for? You're better at English than I am.
If I have to get up in front of the whole class and make a speech, I'll die.
I know what you mean. I don't want to do it either.
But as soon as I get up there, I'll freeze. I know I will. I won't be able to say a word.
I've got an idea. Why don't you practice on us? Write your speech and memorize it. Then Dad and I will pretend we're the class and you can say it in front of us.
Can't I just stay home from school on Monday?
Well, you could. But that would be running away from the problem instead of facing up to it, now wouldn't it?
But, Mom, you just don't understand. It's not going to do any good for me to give my speech in front of you and Dad. Nothing's going to do any good. I'll never be able to make a speech in front of the class. Never.
Jean, listen to me for a minute. I do understand. I know how you feel. Well, I've felt the same way. Everybody has it sometime or another.
Not like this, they haven't. You just don't know how scared I am.
Don't you think part of the reason you're scared is that you have to do something you've never done before? Well, this is the first time you've ever had to give a speech in front of the class. Once you've done it, the next time will be a lot easier.
Oh, no, it won't. There isn't going to be any next time. And there isn't going to be any this time either. I'm not going to stand up there and make a fool of myself. I'm sorry. What am I going to do?
The first thing to do is write your speech and then memorize it. Try it in front of the mirror. Get to know it so well you can say it backwards. Try it on me or your dad. I think you'll feel better once you've tried it a couple of times.
Of the book that was read by the class during the past 2 weeks. My impressions of the book we read impressions of the book that was read during... My impressions of the book that the class read in... My impressions of the book that the class read. That's not right. See, I'll never be able to do it.
Yes, you will, dear. Now try again.
My impressions of the book that the class read during the past 2 weeks.
Jean, come on, dear. It's time to get out. Hurry up now. You don't want to be late for school.
Do I have to go to school today?
I think you'll be glad you did once you get there. Well, if you stay home today, what's going to happen the next time? You can't stay home from school every time your teacher asks you to make a speech. Come on now. It's getting late.
Mom, I memorized my speech, and I said it for you.
Yes, and it was very good, Jean. Very good.
But I'm still scared. I still know when I get up in front of the class, I won't be able to say one word. Can't I stay home today, please?
I don't think you should miss a whole day of school because of one English lesson. Tell you what, if you hurry up, you'll have time to talk to Mrs. Gibson before school. Tell her how you feel and see what she says, okay?
And that's why you have to excuse me from class today, Mrs. Gibson. I can't do it. Honestly, I'm just too scared.
I sympathize with you, Jean. Really, I do. But your mother's right, you know. Putting it off this time will only make things that much worse the next time. Besides, how will you ever know unless you try?
That's what my mother said, too. But I still don't think I can do it. I don't think I'll ever be able to do it.
Well, Jean, I'll leave it up to you. I won't call on you, but while the others are making their speeches, I'll look to you from time to time. And if you still feel you can't do it after you've seen some of the others, I won't ask you to. We're going to start with your remarks about the book first thing. Jim, would you like to tell us what you thought about it?
Mrs. Gibson, fellow students, my impressions of the book we have just finished reading together are as follows. First of all, that it was very interesting. Next,
I know how you feel. I felt the same way. Everyone has at one time or another. Don't you think part of the reason you're scared is that you have to do something you've never done before?
Besides, how will you ever know unless you try? Well, Jean, I'll leave it up to you.
And that's why I think it was a very good book. I liked it very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Your ideas about the book are very interesting. I think we should all have a broader understanding in this book when we've had a chance to think about other people's impressions of it. Now, who would like to be next?
If you were Jean, what would you do?